Hey, what's going on, you guys? Kind of tired. I'm gonna try to make a decent video. Kind of lacking in energy. I was home for the weekend, and I was home for that Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday, and I kind of spread myself a little thin between hanging out with everybody and spending time with people and my animal and shit like that. And I'm still kind of recovering from that. I kind of need a break from the break that I took. Vacation from my vacation, I guess. But anyways, I'm driving. It's Thursday. And basically, last week, I had my trainee on the truck. And no, I don't. So what happened was, my trainee was on my truck, the second one. She was on my truck for about a week or so. And we got a load going up to Colorado Springs. And, when we got up there, there was a blizzard going on last week. And, we went and delivered, and it was snowing balls, and it was a little mountainous and shit like that. I mean, I know we went over, we went over Raton Pass and shit, but, when we delivered, it was snowing, it was freezing fucking cold and shit. But, it's run of the mill, it wasn't like the craziest shit I've been in either. Damn it, I gotta pass Swift real quick. Well, we pulled out of the receiver. Come on, car. Fuck out of my way. We pulled out of the receiver and I parked, and I'm getting my next load information, and she says, I can't do this. I just can't do it. I said, what do you mean? And she said, well, she said, look, I don't drive my own car in the snow. The mountains and the snow, I just cannot do this shit. She said, I'm sore, and, this flatbed shit just isn't for me. And I said, okay, I mean, I'm not going to judge somebody for not wanting to do flatbed. I mean, look, flatbed is not for everybody, There's men that drop out. It's not a male or female thing. There's women that do a good job flatbedding, and then there's men that drop out of it, It's just not for everybody. But, she's like, I can't do this shit. And because of driving in the snow and all that shit, and it was freezing cold, she just lost her nerves, and she didn't even feel safe to drive after that, and so, alright, well, I went and picked up my next load, and I said, look, the wind was blowing its ass off, and it was cold as shit, and I said, look, if you want to stay in the truck while I strap down this next load, that's fine, it's not a big deal. And she was like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay in the truck, and that was cool. So I guess what she figured out was that she was gonna still drive a truck, but she wasn't gonna drive flatbed. She was gonna switch over to the van side or whatever. And she said, well, I'm gonna switch to van, but I need to go home for at least a couple of days. So she worked it out with the company, to where I had to drive out to Kansas City and deliver, and she was gonna catch a Greyhound and ride that home and hang out with her kids and shit, And I said, look, man, don't feel so bad. I mean, if you're gonna figure out that flatbed's not for you, when you're in training is when you should figure it out. You don't want to go through training, get your own truck, and have all this equipment and the truck and a trailer and the load, and you're 1,000 miles from the yard, and you're just like, holy shit, what am I doing here? I don't want to do this. I just want to haul van. Fuck this shit. You're kind of fucked, because then they gotta route you back to the yard. It's just a big fucking hassle. So, in training is when you should figure it out. The thing that really sucked about it was, she quit, she decided she was done on a Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was a Wednesday, and I was trying to get back home to Texas that Friday. So I still got home on Friday. I got home late Friday night, but it was a little difficult. I had to really, really fucking haul some ass to get all the way down to Texas in time. But I still pulled it off. So I hung out for the weekend in Houston, and you know, the shitty thing was I still had a load on my truck. I had some bass boats out of Missouri. We've been hauling some interesting shit. I don't know what's going on with the freight market, but we've been hauling. I've been kind of watching what Western and other companies have been hauling, and things have shifted a little bit. You know, for one, I see us hauling a lot of aluminum coils. I've been seeing the shit out of them. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, you know. But I've been, you know, my last trainee, I talked to him, my other trainee, he's run like 2 aluminum coil loads in like a week or some shit like that. And I keep seeing him going down the interstate. I saw him in Texas. I'm here in Tennessee now. I keep seeing him. So, and we've been hauling these Dodge ProMaster vans out of Laredo. You know, we've been hauling a lot of those too, which is a cool load. And I'll haul the shit out of these fucking vans because they come out of Texas. They're easy as shit to haul. You know, they give you these little tire lasso dealies that you just throw around the tire and winch them down, and they're super, super easy to haul. They're a tall load, but they're easy to haul. So, you know, I said, look, I told my DM, look, can I just deliver this load late? Can I deliver it on Tuesday? And he was like, no, it's a hot load. You got to deliver these boats first thing in San Antonio Monday morning. So I'm like, all right, fuck. He said, but I tell you what, I get you a load.
Eastbound 76 over 6, you got guy on each shoulder picking up.
He said, I get you a load going back to the house so you can hang out at the house, get a few things done. And so I was like, oh, that works. I delivered in San Antonio, drove down to fucking Laredo, picked up these vans from the Swift yard, and took those back through the house. You know, see, the funny thing is, I was scheduled to deliver these vans on Wednesday, and I'm like, fuck. You know, they're going to Kentucky. I can't do that shit in a day and a half, whatever. And I told him, I was like, look, man, if I take off, I said, I'm not gonna be able to make that delivery time. He said, well, I mean, if you take off a day at home, will you be able to make it? I'm like, no. And I was thinking, shit, I can't make that delivery time, even if I just drive all the way through. I think he forgot or didn't realize or didn't know or whatever that I don't have my trainee with me anymore, so I can't cover that much ground in such a short period of time. But you know, whatever. So that'll be delivered like 2 days late, but it is what it is. It's gonna happen sometimes, you know. I haven't gotten a phone call from the customer service rep saying, "What the fuck? Oh my god, receivers freaking fuck out." They're postal vans. They're going to a couple of post offices. There's 2 different vans, 2 post offices in Kentucky, which works out perfectly because it's going to take me right through Nashville, and I'll be there in about 2 hours. And I'm going to swing through the yard, and I'm going to grab me another trainee and keep on going. So, wanted to make a video before I scooped up my next trainee, and been kind of figuring out, you know, talking to my mom. You know, she's helping me out with things at home because I gotta get all my shit moved out of the house at some point. So I kind of came up with a plan to where I'm gonna grab me a trainee here at the yard. In fact, by the way, here's a little tip I'll throw in for you know, any Western drivers. It may apply to anybody, any company. But all I know is, look, when you're in the flatbed division in this company, it's the same for van, but it's worse for flatbed, because once you go to the yard in Nashville, and it's only with the Nashville yard, not any of our other terminals, once you cross through the gate, you are in a black hole from which it may be hard to return. Once you pull in the fucking gate to the yard, you're gonna have to pull through load securement with whatever load you got, and they're gonna have to stop and inspect it, and you know, see if it's fucked up. Then, like, you're gonna have to get your logs inspected to get a log pass. You're gonna have to get a gate pass that says you can leave from operations. And then you're gonna have to go back through load securement, and they may audit your equipment to see what you got. And they're gonna take anything that they don't want you to have if they think you got too much, which bugs the shit out of me sometimes, because I could have exactly the amount of equipment I want, straps, timbers, whatever. They're like, oh, you got too many timbers, and they'll have the rookies pull them off. And I'm like, God damn it, man. You know, you get these loads where you need 8 timbers or 9 timbers, and they take 4 of them or some shit. It just drives me insane. Or they don't like the kind of timbers you have, and, you know, I don't know. I'm kind of picky when it comes to equipment, but you can't argue with them, because they'll shut you down. You know, they have Flatbed load securement division. Those guys, the load securement department, has full control over anyone in the flatbed division, and they can shut you down. So I know better than to argue with those guys. Look, you get your load securement pass, your gate pass, your log pass, then you got to go through the fucking maintenance line to where they're gonna inspect the trailer. And the cool thing about the maintenance line is, if they see your tires or lights are fucked up, they'll fix them right there on the spot. Quick and easy, you know, so that's a good thing. You know, you get any faulty tires, worn out tires replaced. The shitty thing is, they see something that they don't like that they want to fix. Sorry, man, go ahead and drop your trailer over there. It's gonna have to go in the shop. And then you're fucked. You're gonna have to wait till they may just, if they pull it in the shop, they have free reign. Trailer shop, they're like, oh, it needs a PM. They'll go ahead and do everything on it, which is good, because it means your trailer, it'll come back out well maintained and ready to go. But you may be waiting a fucking day for that trailer to get out of the shop. So what you do is what I'm gonna do, because I don't need any equipment. I don't need to go through the yard for anything but a trainee. Is when you pull into the front of the fucking yard, there's a big wide entrance to the yard. You pull in and you park on the curb with your hazards and your 4-ways on, and you don't even go through the fucking gate. You just park there, and then I'm gonna walk through the gate and, you know, go in and say, hey, I need another trainee. They'll find me someone. All right, grab your shit. My truck's out here. Put all the shit in. Turn around and fucking out. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't need them pulling this trailer in and, oh, you know, we're gonna go ahead and PM your trailer, sorry, or whatever the fuck's gonna happen. Fuck that. So I'm just gonna avoid the whole thing. And grab me a new trainee and hit the fucking road, and I'm out. You know, it's good. You know, the last 2 times I've had to go to the yard, I had to drop a load there and grab another load. And another thing, they got a lot of new trucks and a lot of new people coming out of the yard, you know? So those people also need trailers and they need loads, and the trailers are scarce. The flatbed trailers get scarce and the loads get scarce. Because they got so many fucking drivers in the Nashville area that need trailers and loads. You may sit for a day or two before they're able to find you. They may have loads for you, but not a trailer, or vice versa, you know? So it's good to just, you know, go through with a load, just keep on going. But anyways, that's where I'm at right now. But my plan is take me another trainee out for a month or whatever. Try to save up a little bit of money, and then I gotta talk to my DM about everything. But once this trainee's done, bring him back to the yard, park my truck, and then fly home for about a week. I gotta put my Mustang in storage and all my stuff, my tools and furniture, whatnot. Get everything situated. I gotta get everything figured out, because you know, the lease is gonna be up. My ex is gonna move out. I gotta get all my shit in order, and then I'm gonna take my pickup truck and my dog, and I'm gonna drive up to Memphis, where my dad lives, and I talked to my dad, and he said he'll take the dog for a couple months, which will work out. I think it'd be cool. I think she'd be a decent road dog, and I think it'd be cool to have, you know, 4-legged partner in crime riding with me. But that means I can't, if I got a dog with me, I can't train anymore, and that means less money and all that shit. My dad's got a big ass yard and shit. She'll probably be happy chasing his cats around and running around in his backyard more than she would, you know, living in a fucking Freightliner. So it's okay. and then I'll drop the dog off in Memphis, and then take my F-250 up to Nashville and park it on the yard in their gated parking, and then keep running around until like July, and I got my my year of experience, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do from there. I'd really like to go home and get a local job if I could find one with my year experience, you know, because the way I look at it, just say, look, I got a year experience, over the road flatbed, I got a clean safety record, and I can pass a piss test or a hair follicle test or whatever you got. You know, how many people can say that? Some people can, but not a lot, you know. You know, no criminal background, you can pass the drug test, you know, no CSA points, DAC is clean, you got some experience, just fucking hire me. So, that's my goal. We'll see how it works out. But that's all I got right now. So, it's probably a boring ass video, but it's just an update. I needed to make a new video, and I wanted to make a new video before my next trainee gets on the truck. So someone's calling me. Hopefully the audio isn't all fucked up right now.